YouTube, what is up? How is everybody doing today? We are jumping into the band called Nazare with their album called Common Era. They're a band that I followed for quite some time now, thanks to Mr. Penguin, who's in chat, and thanks to his Patreon as well, but still. They're now disbanded. Some members went in to form the band Blaze, but besides that, unfortunately, Nazare no longer exists. Like, it's sad, but it is what the fuck it is, unfortunately. That's just the visual case scene for you as a whole, but either way. Let's start. Makes sense. So kind of what I said, just in, like, nicer, basically. Yeah, I know what you mean, man. That is not how the fuck I expected that to start, but I don't know, let's go. That is an interesting fucking vocal tone. I'm not going to. It's been a minute since I last listened to Nazare. I'm not going to. Those guitars are fucking ridiculous. Oh, that bass tone is so sexy. Hey, the guitar player did that live. Oh, really? Damn, that's crazy. Yo, I literally forgot how random as fuck Nazare's music is. Oh yeah, amazing. I really enjoy him in Blaze, man. Apparently there's a Blaze album coming up from what I have seen in like the Great Banter. I love the fucking vocals. The vocals are so sick. I mean, the whole band is fucking sick, but it's out there. That much I can tell you. It is so far out there, but it's not bad. Not very nice. Yeah, it's like Nazare just kind of like one of those bands which just like, they're just a band unto themselves in terms of like their musical style. It's just so fucking different, basically. Yeah, it's so funny how fast-paced the VK live band live scene is. They do like, yeah, I know, right? It's crazy, isn't it? Like, you know, where like a band can last a year or two and then it's just gone forever. Or like, there's like the same singer but it's in like 6 different bands, or like, you know, because he just goes from band to band to band to band when he wants to do something different. Instead of just like changing the band direction, he just makes a whole new band instead. It's like, I don't know. It's just one of those things, I guess. He must just be part of that whole whatever the Japanese scene has turned into, I guess, man. But still, let's go through the lyrics. The loss of life, broken sexuality, the way of life engraved here. The loss of life, I did that bit already. The suffering engraved here. So, like, yeah. So you have the loss of life, you have the broken sexuality. So, like, obviously, like, the broken sexuality just means that not straight, in simple terms, is what I'm assuming. You who wear the mask of humanity, fearful of your greedy immorality. The clear blue sky closed off. You know, because the clear blue sky is like a sign of happiness, so if it's closed off, it means there's darker times ahead. You who wear the mask of humanity, fearful of your greedy values, the scattered theories of happiness, punitive justice, karma. Like, I mean, punitive justice and karma don't go together, man. Punitive justice isn't really a thing, it's just like, it doesn't really happen anymore, because like governments are so corrupt nowadays that it's just not a thing that really ever happens. Just look at what the UK are doing right now with our what's it called, where they're trying to protect minors by basically blocking off things that are 18 plus, and then also using it to block other sites that that aren't even going to harm children, which is very suspicious, and it means they're trying to control what we are watching or seeing on the internet, which is kind of fucked, man. But you know. Will you continue to live according to trivial values? What has been broken can never be restored. I mean, it depends. Like, it depends what's broken. If it's like your virginity, then no, that's true. If it's like mental health, then you can restore it to some degree. Let it die in its pitiful state. Where is the true justice? Everyone is now searching for the answer. You see, that's what I'm wondering. Like, what's the true, or where is the true justice? Like, that's what I guess me and probably so many people have been wondering like this whole time. Everyone is now searching for the answer. Where are you? The real you. Everyone is just enduring and living in the present. Like, I mean, everyone's just taking it day by day. That's all most of us actually can do. Because we don't know where, what, or why the fuck anything is going to happen, so. The loss of life, the broken nature, even the sorrow engraved here. Punitive justice, the karma. Will you continue to live according to these trivial values? Like, you know, the trivial values are like, you know, where you have the country values, or you have the family values, or you have the societal values. Like, I don't know why, but like as an example, where you like it, well, like in America, where you have to declare allegiance to the flag if you're in school, or you know, stuff like that, where it's like very much like turning or like pushing on the values of a whole country onto its children as young as it possibly can. It's like indoctrinating children in religion. It's the same thing, it's just done a little bit differently. You know what I mean. And yeah, let them die in their pitiful state. Repeat your mistakes and follow the nightmare. Can you prove your existence to someone like you? Can you surpass me? Can you make that voice resonate? Can you carve an indelible wound? Immersed in your poisoned sense of ethics you sleep on. Damn. Honestly, this is so fucking deep, man. Like, it's so different to what I was expecting. I'm actually really fucking enjoying the lyrics. The lyrics are very fucking, like, powerful. So, like, yeah. I'm immersed in your poison sense of ethics, because obviously everyone's ethics, like, go between the person. And obviously, if you've been taught your ethics wrongly, or if your own sense of ethics is so wrong, you sleep on your own poison sense of ethics, even if they harm other people. Like, if your ethics can't be changed, like, even with reasoning, then your ethics are basically poisoned. Eaten away by the past, you die alone for life. Everyone is searching for the answer now. Where are you? The real you. Everyone is just did a bit ready. Everyone is just afraid and unable to find value, aren't they? Mad hatred, afraid of sexuality. Who are you? Like, yeah. Like, I mean, like, just look at fucking America right now. Everyone is so afraid of, like, sexuality. And I don't know why. Or, like, it's more, like, not really sexuality, but, like, it's getting that way again. Like, you know, where it's becoming scary to be trans or gay or pansexual or bisexual. Like, in certain places in the world, which is fucked, man. But it is what the fuck it is, I guess. And yeah. I hope so. That drum start is so sick. Yeah, it's so quick with the hands. That dude must please every single girlfriend he's ever had with those hands. I'm just like, oh, really nice. The mosh pits must have been fucking insanity for this. I love the switch. Oh, I know the song. I think I know the song. I swear I do, right? I can imagine it. Maybe I don't know. I have no idea. It sounds really fucking familiar. Yeah, no idea. Let's get it. I think I know. Yeah, the song is so good. I love the really clean chorus. It really goes against the insanity of the rest of the song, but in the best way possible. It keeps shit interesting. But yeah, VK just different when it comes to even out of Japan, which is nuts. Yeah, this is true. It was the same when I saw Jinika, and probably will be the same when I see Dams and definitely for later the shit. That is some sick fucking hold, man. I just love the little technical solos behind the chorus in places. It's so cool. That is some crazy fucking high, man. Damn, man. Craziness. It seems every song ends with that, that guitar tone, or not the tone, the amplifier sound. Where it's just the echo. I don't know. Both songs have ended the same way so far. It's an interesting thing to note, but still. Let's see, when at the bottom of despair, I drew my wishes. I scribbled down my feelings and let them spill out. I cried many times and thought about death, happiness, ideals, purity, love. Enjoy your own life. The number of times I lamented gave birth to words. I've had enough of self-loathing. Accept reality and live in the present. Thoughts of death, brain contamination, God's disappearance. Where is the real me? So, where is the real me is kind of the point of the album, from what I can tell. It's finding yourself and finding your values and sticking to those things as much as you can. That's why that's why at the bottom of his despair, he drew his wishes. He wrote down his feelings. He let them spill out. He cried and thought about everything, about his life, about death, about happiness, about everything, and he decided he'd had enough of being depressed, and he was going to do something and choose to live and, as he says, accept reality and live in the present. Thoughts of death, brain contamination, God's disappearance. Where is the real me? I mean, God isn't really a thing. It's more a societal form of control. But that's just my thoughts on it. Crush the blooming flowers into pieces. Applause and cheers. Self-destructive suicide. To you who wish for suicide, I offer this. Prove your existence. Carve your way of life. Living is the pleasure of suffering. Honestly, he's not wrong. You have to carve your way into life. Living is the pleasure of suicide. Exactly. Oh, no, sorry. Living is the pleasure of suffering. It's true. To live, you have to suffer because you have to go through hardships in order to grow. And yes, it's very positive. It's not even a depressive album. It's stop being so in your head and start living and forging your path, basically. Which is a really nice change for a Visual Kei album. I'm not going to lie. It's not about changing for someone else, it's about changing for yourself. That is justice. The world is not your enemy. Let me prove it. Like, yeah, you get the idea, right? It's like saying that you don't have to change for anybody. Change for yourself. Change because you want to. Change because you want to be or become a better person because of it. Then like, cry. I will accept all your wounded dark past. The future I envision, that day is here. Want to die, want to live, this is the answer I found. I will never let go of the hand extended to me again. So live now, release the words of resurrection. Resuscitation, suicidal thoughts, mental pollution. Where has the real me gone? I trampled the blooming flowers into pieces. Applause, self-destructive suicide. To you who wish for suicide, I give this. So like, yeah, that's repeating the chorus, but like you get the idea, right? Where this album is a way to reflect as to how he's found to live his life. And to how he's found to kind of like move through his depression and to kind of let that become a positive force in his life rather than something that gives forth to pure depression and he just lives in that state like forever. It's like finding your way to be happy in a way, or at least to be able to survive without feeling like you want to die every day, which is so nice. But still, yo Carrot, what's up? Turning away from the reality reflected in your eyes is not running away. There is no such thing as an ordinary everyday life. You feel pain because you are alive, right? You should just live your own way. I couldn't see anything anymore. The reason I couldn't die was because I still had regrets about myself, right? I was just afraid of a future where I couldn't die. The you that day smiles, the future is here. Do you want to live? I want to live. That's the answer I found, like. Yeah, like, it's very much like, as much as he was in his head, as much as he wanted to die, he found out that he couldn't die because of, in reality, when he really thought about it, when he really pressed his brain to it, like, that he wanted to live, that living was more important to him than anything else, and he needed to find ways to help him cope with that, and to get to that point where he could live in the process of it all. Even if this voice fades away and can no longer be heard, keep screaming, lamenting the present, and utter the words of resurrection. If you speak them, the closed door will open. I believe in resuscitation. In this world where there is no God, do not suppress your own emotions. Live and show the world that you are alive. Like, I fully fucking agree. Like, it's pure positive notions. It's all, I wouldn't say happy, but it's a, this is how the fuck you cope, you know what I mean? When you do live in depression every day, this is how you cope. Like, it's a coping album. It's not a depressing album. It's a very different, and I'm all for it, honestly speaking. Yo, Daedalus, what's up? How you doing? Yo, man, that's really reminiscent of Blaze, kind of. I mean, it's way more clear now, but it started off really reminiscent of Blaze, man. That's kind of cool. You know where that chorus coming. But honestly, that Blaze song, you know, the new Blaze song, it's one of my favourite VK songs right now, so I'm telling you. That solo is fucking gorgeous. This is fucking insanity, so I have no idea. I would love to know, in all honesty. Maybe they can just use their voices to fit the rhythm. I don't really know. Nice. That was sick, man. Every song has been so fucking different over. God damn. I mean, because bands like Nazare, Dim Lim, Jaluka, Dexcore, and Devilif all have... Oh, they do, for sure. I mean, Keisuke especially. Like, obviously, like, Jaluka do as well, but... And obviously Kagami does as well, but, like, Keisuke, man. That man's voice is, like, next level god tier of like, vocalist, man, so... I don't know. Like, just the random things he can do with his voice and actually do those things live is just ridiculous to me, but, you know. It must just be a thing. There must be something in the water, man. I have no idea. Either way, listen, man. Pride, past trauma, pride, the mistakes of pioneers. Pride, the target of irritation. Pride, self-loathing. And, a little bit. With empty eyes, I lament that I want to die. Dark, 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 dark. Tomorrow is invisible, unattainable. If tomorrow is invisible due to a decline in self-esteem, then let's disappear. So yeah, we are going back into kind of a more depressive, self-loathing type vibe right now, but maybe it'll get happy. Well, happy, but you know what I mean. Active ideals, instinctive thoughts, no matter how much we imagine tomorrow, the distant blue sky. Like, you know, the blue sky generally, in a lot of what I've seen, like, in like anime especially, there is like a lot of, like when you go towards the blue sky, it's like going towards happiness or the brightness or like a new tomorrow or new beginning. Like it's a very typical thing that they aim towards. I don't know why, but I've noticed it a lot through like a lot of Japanese media. But still, don't look away from those eyes. The lurking shadow is here now. We lamented how painful it was. Our future yesterday. We will live, holding the value of your life, with hollow eyes, lamenting the desire to die. And yeah. So like yeah, I think it is like I think it's like going through how painful it is to like go day by day by day, and how like mentally speaking, maybe physically speaking, if you have like chronic issues or you know, it's kind of like made to like speak to most people who are going through shit times in life, and to try to find ways for them to cope like through each song as it goes. But yeah, let's see, active ideals, instinctive thoughts. How much I will not forget you, the blue sky of memories. So, you know, the happy memories. Carving faint memories into my heart, wiping away tears. So, he's trying to rebuild his mind, or rebuild his memories, where he's only trying to put the happy things, like the things that bring him joy, rather than live in constant depression and darkness, and, you know, find ways to rebuild himself in that way. Now having gone through past mistakes, now holding you close and dancing, and yeah, the bit already, and yeah, you get the idea. This was very much about like living within that depression and trying to rebuild. Like I'm guessing each song is going to be like a different stage of that depressive cycle. So we started positive, now we're going into the more darker side of it, and we're going to go through different things. And like that's what I'm assuming, but obviously, don't quote me on that. As we're only like 3 songs in, but still, let's keep going. That was like Dexcore, man. Dexcore was so long, dude. This is an instrumental. So yeah, we'll be up to song 5. I forgot that there was 2 instrumentals on this album, so... Yeah, I'm going to download this album as well, so I can listen to it after. No, but Dexcore, it was an hour album, and it took me like 3 hours almost to break it down to. Well, like 2 hours to break it down, 1 hour to listen to. You know what I mean. Yeah, it does. A little bit. Ooh, that is so pretty. Like 5 seconds in, man. Already, that's so pretty. I'm adding it just off this guitar tone alone. Why the fuck not? I love the bass. That bass technicality is crazy, isn't it? It sounds like a J-pop song in places. It's kind of crazy. This is like the ballad of the album, in a sense. It very much has that kind of ballad feel to it. That solo coming was fucking perfect. Let's go. Yeah, man, me too. I love that it still has its darker edge, but it's still like a ballad, you know what I mean? It has that nicer balance between the two. So what album are we going for next month, Mr. President? I'm so curious. Where are we going to this? I love his like really soft tones. It's so fucking pretty, man. His voice is so angelic when he wants to be, but we know his voice is crazy dark and detailed when it needs to be. His vocal range is insanity, man. He can do everything. Sounds good, man. Whichever way you want to go. I mean, there's so much visual K we can do to be done. Man, his voice is so angelic in places, but obviously we know he's not just an angelic singer, but you know, he can be really soft when he wants to. I think that's why with the first Blaze release he tried to go very much rougher with his voice, because with Nazare you can tell he did a lot of mixes between like really soft and really dark, so maybe he went like in Blaze that kind of rougher voice as like an in-between that, you know, just to kind of have that different feel going into Blaze rather than what he did in Nazare, which would kind of make sense, right? But still. Either way, let's like go through the lyrics. Walking forward, even that has become impossible. I know the fear of loss, but it's different from back then. But I'm still a little immersed in it. It was within reach if I had just reached out my hand. I misunderstood and I was wet from the rain, wet from the doubt and the suffering and the despair. How much regret, how much love. Why won't the rain spare me? Why won't the darkness spare me? Why won't my thoughts or feelings spare me? Memories don't fade, I know that. But I can't erase my feelings, I knew that. Goodbye. It was within reach if I had just reached out. But I misunderstood and I was soaked in the rain. It was within reach if I had just reached out. Hiding your tears, you were also soaked in the rain. They were the person who was trying to help out him was also in their own sense of grief, but he couldn't see. He was so wrapped in his own thoughts that he couldn't see the hand to help both of them, not just himself. How much regret, how much love. Why does the rain soak me, holding the fragile umbrella carefully? I blurted out that I couldn't let go. I wish you happiness, even if I remain cowardly. This is my final message to you. I engraved the words goodbye. So this is like a breakup or like a friendship breakup or something to that degree, or something where he couldn't save it because he was so in his own head that the bad thoughts or the bad feelings made him lose a relationship over it. Whether family or love or friend or whichever way you want to go about it. Just depends on your viewpoints, obviously, but you know what I mean. Yeah, this album's been amazing so far. It's been masterful so far, should I say. We're already over halfway, so. That's true. I love how deep the bass is in the song. Feels like we're into another ballad. Yeah, this isn't like, so we went kind of ballad into true ballad. Listen to that build, man, holy shit. Man, I'm adding so much on this album. Yeah, I agree. Like, the atmosphere is still dark, you know what I mean? There's still a lot of darkness in this, it's just still soft. They didn't lose the theme of the album anyway. It still sounds like in that same vein, it's just like it's different parts of his mind, right? I agree with that. I was only Gallagher. Not in a bad way, just in like it's super. Like his voice can really transport you. Like you know when he's singing, his voice is really strong that one. But this is anything to judge by how Blaze is gonna go, but we're in for some fucking craziness. Every song has been like ridiculously good so far. Yep, masterclass ballad. Like, if you're wondering how to do a ballad that still sounds dark, this would be how the fuck you do it. What's up, Buffer? How you doing, man? Either way, man, let's go through the lyrics. Without even knowing the meaning of tomorrow's life, I tremble with melancholy in my heart. I look up at the blue sky, holding back my tears, layering my sadness. If I were to die, please don't forget the words I left behind. Like, you know, in his music and the words that he's left behind, either in his life towards people or, you know what I mean. Carve into your heart the days when I left you and was loved by you. So yeah, this is Breakup. That's how we had the first one where they broke up. Well, the one before this where they broke up. Now we've got this one where he's feeling suicidal over the breakup. So I will only think of you from afar. Even yesterday, when I was living as if I were dead, I watched you beaten by the rain of sadness and closed the fragile door on the past. It's not a lie, I felt the future. These ordinary days of happiness, goodbye, please remember. I didn't live for you, but I wanted to touch you again. If you could smile again, I would be reborn and come to meet you again. I won't ask you to love me, but someday, please smile again with that gentle face. Are you still crying? Are you still alive inside of me? Without you, I am weak and in pain. I know that my tears will never dry. So, like, yeah, it's like very much like a breakup where maybe it's a mutual thing. Maybe, like, it's they grew apart or, like, you know, where they still love each other, but they can't be together or... I don't know. It's very difficult for me to say, but you can tell it's the kind of, like, where, you know, that person made him feel stronger. And when that whole relationship broke, it broke his mind. It broke, like, what made him a person. And probably what made the other person he was with that way too. So it kind of like drifted them both apart and brought them both into depression. And obviously he was hoping that they snap out of it and that maybe he can rekindle something, or I don't know, but you know, you get the idea. Basically, like I said, we're going through the whole spectrum of his emotions. This is an instrumental as well. Kind of has that 8-bit theme to it, you know, like the Pac-Man era and shit like that. It kind of has that vibe going towards it. What's that 16-bit? You know what I mean. It is. It's a really interesting film. Or like, you know, when... what's the word? Like leeway or like gap between songs. Yo, okay, we're back here. That's it. We went from ballad back into insanity. Bad looks of it. Yo, that is a cool fucking effect. Kind of. I don't know, I think it's an effect on this verse, but it still sounds fucking demonic. I fucking adore the drums in this one. Good morning, motherfucker. Nice. I love it. Not surprised, man. I adore his like really dark voice system. Like I just adore his voice. Yeah, the band is just crazy. I agree with them. They're just fucking nuts, but in the best way. This song literally had everything. It had like darkness, it had brightness, it had like, so many switches. It's absolutely crazy. Damn. Just damn. Just damn. I'm not even damned, just damn. Let's go. Intellects. Born into this shitty world, I suppress my emotions, the loser that I am. Born into this world, we will be despised as losers from the start and die. I mean, that's Japan as a whole, though. Like, unless you make something of yourself, people just look down their noses at you. It's kind of fucked, man, but that's just how it goes, right? Even in like, not even in Eastern countries, but like, that's kind of the way, even no matter where you are, but you know what I mean. A death wish, happiness. Seeking the ultimate love. Am I a failure? We were born into this world. We will be despised. Like, I did a bit already. Seeking the ultimate love. Am I a failure? Despair, the ups and downs cannot be suppressed. Devour me. Like, so. Like, yeah. Like, it's very much like where he's suppressed his own emotions. That way he can, like, kind of, like, function. But he's born into a shitty world. He has a death wish. He wishes for happiness, but he also wishes to die. So he has the both. So he has both different things at the same time. He's seeking the ultimate love, but is he a failure? Like, because he's suppressing his emotions, does that make him a failure? Does that make him like a lesser human being or something to that degree? It's hard to say, right? But so like, yeah, got all the fucks and hatred only grows stronger. I knew it from the start. You who only dream die. Can't you just stop already? To that ugly bastard fuck. The words I spat out crawled towards the future. I abandoned them without being able to bear them. To you greedy bastards, I will bring punishment. To the recurring nightmare, I will bring an end. Good morning, motherfucker. Who's right? Doesn't matter. This is my life. If you have time to interfere, die and apologize. Even if you get plastic surgery, your heart won't change. Like, obviously, like, no matter how you change yourself, like, if you're always broken on the inside, guess what? You're always going to be broken on the inside. But damn, my voice is starting to go slightly, but either way. Excuse me. We who were born into this world, we will be despised as losers from the start and die. Suicidal thoughts, happiness. Death wish, happiness. I seek the ultimate love. Am I a failure? And yeah, you get the idea, right? Hatred only grows stronger. I knew it from the start. You were just dreaming. You should die. Can't you just stop already? Do the ugly bit, do the bit already, and get the idea. So he's going to punish those who are greedy towards him, or greedy in general, so like corporations, governments, etc, etc, etc. And then obviously we have like all of this where hold on, at least scroll back up. Like, you know, the we were born into this world part where, you know, we don't have a choice as to what we're born into. Like, we have to kind of just survive in our own ways and contemplate things and do things we don't want to do, even though we had no choice to be here to begin with. And you get the idea, man. It's just like going through that mental process of, yeah, this one's anger. Like, this one's pure anger from what I can tell. Like, in the range of emotions, we're going into anger from what I can tell. We have exactly two songs to go. And I've been waiting for Deadly so good. This song was probably my favourite, like, Nazare song, but honestly, I don't know yet. I'm gonna have to wait and see. I can only imagine how crazy the song must have been after. Hearing Dead Alive must be insanity. That's some fucking investigation. Oh, I can imagine. I kind of wish I could have seen them, but they never toured over here. I think it was only in like America, right? Unless I missed it, obviously. This one is so very reminiscent of Jaluka as well. I just love the straight fucking insanity of when it just speeds up. Shit makes me happy. In terms of pure musical talent, it's fucking insanity. Honestly, that's still such a fucking crazy good song. Don't know if it's my favourite off the album, but it's definitely like top 3. Easily, man. But this album doesn't really have bad songs, so it's kind of unfair for me to judge it by song to song, I would guess, man. But either way, let's go through it. Everything, every pitiful sight, just keep exposing it all. Everything, every pitiful sight, just keep exposing it all. They, how pathetic. Disappear, you pieces of shit. Don't compare it to back then. So like, yeah, we're basically in pure fucking anger at this point. Take a look through the peephole in the decoration. Everything is different. I am not weak anymore. Don't keep looking down on me, you bastards. Like, yeah, he snapped out of his depression, of his sadness, of his darkness, and now it's like, you know what, fuck you all, don't look down on me. I'm not somebody to look down upon. It's like, obviously you have death, dead, and like, you know, as it is going through, so it might be good to let the feelings left behind run wilder. I mean, like, if there's a reason to explode with your emotions, it might be a good thing to do. It may be a bad thing to do. It depends on the situation, right? Because bottling your feelings is generally a very bad idea to do, even though a lot of us do it anyway, but, you know. Die or die. You couldn't possibly understand. I'm tired of your nagging. Don't you have anything else to say? I'm sorry. That's it, isn't it? The closed light has even forgotten how to shine. Deep in my heart, everything, every pitiful sight should be exposed. It's like, yeah, everything, every pitiful sight. It's like saying where he should let out all of his feelings and his emotions and let them free, so that he's not bottling them anymore, so he can almost like not get rid of them, but at least have them so they're not like dragging him back down to the depths. They, how pathetic. Disappear, you bastards. It would be good to let the feelings left behind run wild here, wouldn't it? Like, maybe. Like, letting out your feelings is never a bad idea. It just might hurt a lot of people around you, that's all. You wouldn't understand, would you? Too bad. To you who rolls around in filth and laughs. I will leave you with a thank you from me. Here's the best message from me, Boda, to you. Dictatorship, lifetime annihilation, like, damn. Just that, man. Like, if you have a dictatorship over your lifetime, you will receive annihilation. But yeah, you get to the idea, man. Just straight anger, straight brutality, straight. He's basically healing or healed, and he's just now wondering what to do with his bottled emotions in simple terms. At least that's the vibe that I get. But you know, this is all just my thoughts at the end of the day, man. And yeah. Did a very good job. That fucking guitar opening is so ridiculous. I don't know where this is going, but it's going very high in the album listing. I don't understand it. Listen to those keys, man. Those keys are so good. It doesn't, thankfully, does it? I love how we even spelled it wrong as a fun. Drummer's insanity. Man speeding up as well. It really is. The whole thing is fucking good. Yo, that is such a cool fucking song. It's so bright and happy. Is it weird, like, when he sings like this, he reminds me of It a little bit? You know, from Dazzling Bit? You know, has that really similar vibe when he goes high like this? His range is fucking crazy. Damn, man. Just crazy. The whole album is just ridiculous, man. In the best way. Not ridiculous in like a bad way, ridiculous in like a, like, what the fuck, like, just insane. Like, from beginning to end, it starts off with insanity, it ends with insanity, and it just goes through all kinds of levels from crazy darkness and heaviness into really, really nice, amazing ballads with like hints of darkness and everything fucking in between, but still. Let's go through lyrics before we go to the final thoughts, and so on and such forth. Codependency and the obsession that was born. A future where no one can be saved. A past where we are trapped, leaving only you who was hurt. Love hidden in sadness. Like, yeah. Like, that's just kind of like, weirdly, like, living is just hurt. Like, that's just kind of like, that's my view, but that's just because obviously I have, like, chronic bullshit, but, even emotionally, like, where, like, when bad things happen, like, sometimes you can only just hyper-focus on just those moments, and, you know, it can stop you sleeping, it can stop you living, it can stop you doing so many other things in that process too. It's just a really fucked up thing. The more you live, the more you experience, the more negative and downsides that you can go through, because your mind doesn't focus on the good things, because like say even if you have more good things than bad things happening in life, like, you generally don't focus on it. It's not something that generally we seem to focus on as human beings. We always focus on the negatives or the bad things, or you know what I mean. But yeah, what you gave me was too much. That's how my heart remains abandoned there, haunted by the image I saw that day. I love you. The words don't reach you, no matter how painful it is. The tears of yours illuminated by the crimson sky. I pretended not to know, even the voice that told me I love you, if it were to fade away. Codependency and the obsession born from it. A future where no one can be saved. A past that only trapped you, leaving only you wounded. Love hidden in sorrow. Like, yeah, like very much where almost like not really that the relationship is trapping, but like the intoxication or the infatuation with the person you're with is kind of making it so that if you lose that, it can leave you spiraling, which is kind of what this is. It's like going from like really good to spiraling to getting better once again, and then repeating that notion as we do as human beings. You gave me too much, that's how you toyed with my heart, and mocked me, isn't it? Love may have turned into sorrow, I didn't have nothing but them. I couldn't suppress the words, I want to disappear. I wanted you to teach me my worth until I understood. Can you laugh now? Where is the you I don't know? The tears of yours, like did the bird. I pretended not to know. Even the voice that told me you loved me, if it could just fade away. I know I can never go back, I'm still here now. Like, yeah. Like, very much where he's trapped in that loop of infatuation and love, and going into positive, into negative, into like potential breakup, and then healing and repeating that same notion all the way through, which is what this album is about. It's very much into that notion of life and emotions and relationships and everything else in between, just like, you know, what most of us go through on the, like, you know, trying to find people to make us happy parts of life. But you know what the fuck I mean. And yeah, let's try and find a place for this album. I don't know where the fuck it's going to go. Like, it's not going above Dazzling, about that much I know. But I don't know. I mean, like, I kind of want to put it just above Dex Score, maybe. I kind of want to put it above Hate with them, but I don't know. I love Illumishade so much as well, though, so I actually don't know. It's in the top 5, that much I do know. I just don't know where the fuck to place it. I think I'm going to put it just above Dawn of Ouroboros. I think that's a fair place, right? Like, I think, like this year, I don't think much is going to beat Dazzling Bad, in my opinion, but this album is nowhere near bad. It's a masterpiece of an album. It's just that I've done so many masterpiece level albums this year. Like, it's absolutely insane. So, like, any of these albums within, like, the top, let's see, like, at least, like, top 7 are probably masterpiece level albums, which is, like, crazy. Because generally you only find, like, maybe 1 or 2 masterpieces a year if you're fucking lucky. And that's only maybe, like, sometimes you find 0. So the fact I have at least, like, coming up to, like, 7 is ridiculous, but at the end of the day, Nazare made a masterpiece. This album is pure masterful. It's one that I'm going to listen to again and again and again and again. One that's going to be, like, a part of my, like, daily listen to routine, because it's so pretty. It just has, so much, like, heart and love, like, going through it. And you can tell that it's, like, it's made to make people go through their emotions rather than just to talk about emotion, if that makes sense. Like, it's made to make people think and to make people, like, enjoy life to some degree, to show them that it is possible to heal, that you don't have to live in your own head and your own suffering as things go on. But, you know, just my thoughts. Either way, thank you so much for the request and the patrons, Mr. Penguin. Thank you all so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a wonderful fucking day, as always. I'll see you guys soon.